You can't tell, but we're all naked.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Geek podcast. As always, I'm Matt. You know my acquaintance over there, Anthony Williamson.
Acquaintance.
Yeah, or as he's known by the gamer tag, Phony Tony.
Oh. Don't call me Tony. Don't call me Tony.
This week we got some real sad, tragic stuff to talk about. I'm sure a lot of you probably know that there was a shooting in a Madden tournament in Jacksonville, Florida. Over the past couple of days. It's kind of rough to talk about. It's kind of one of those real sad things that happened. They said that a 24-year-old named David Katz was in a Madden tournament. What a lot of people are saying is that he lost a match earlier and was really upset about it. And later on, he came back and pretty much opened fire. I think he left 2 dead and I think over a dozen injured.
I think it was 3 dead, actually.
You're saying 3 now?
I think it was 3. Might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was 3.
But it's just real tragic, man. I mean, it's kind of weird to see stuff like that happen in like a video game tournament because,
Usually when people go to tournaments, they have a little bit more respect for the other players.
Well, I mean, I know a lot of gamers like get mad and stuff. You always hear like, "I'll kill you," all this, but I don't think anybody really means it. Most people are just all in good fun, and I don't know. It's kind of weird. You hear all these reports coming out now. They were saying like he had mental health issues prior to that. And they're saying it was like a loophole, like where he didn't spend 30 days in a mental health institution that didn't disqualify him from buying a handgun. A lot of people think that's crazy, because as long as you're in there less than 30 days, you can still buy one.
It's kind of a loophole. I need to fix that.
Yeah. But things like this at gaming tournaments is just, it's just insane to me. I just can't believe it. And the fact that there was like no security, like whatsoever, hardly. I mean,
that was totally their fault on that part because they needed security because it was like $100,000.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was a pretty good prize pool. Which I think Madden's now like canceled a lot of their upcoming tournaments due to it. There's not really a lot to say about it, man. I mean, just things like this to me is just real cowardly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially when you actually when the shooter takes his own life. I think that's just. I mean, come on, man.
Oh, yeah.
If you're that bad and you want to go, just go. Don't take like a bunch of people with you. And to do it over like a video game loss, it's not even like it's not even like he'd won before. I mean, it's like, hey man, just wait till the next tournament, try again. It's not that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to talk a little bit about. The first thing I want to get into is kind of what we're going to discuss is what kind of impact we think this will have on other video game tournaments.
Yeah.
Obviously I think the security will be a lot more, but I think not just that, but I think a lot of parents, because a lot of these kids that do play in these tournaments are 16, 17 years old, and it might scare a lot of parents off from sending their kid to these things.
Possibly. They still send them to school.
Yeah, but
it's more in school than it does tournaments anymore.
Yeah, but you about have to get some schools, not a choice.
Legally.
But people always react. When you see something like that, that's the freshest thing in your mind. So you're like, oh no more video game tournament.
Oh yeah.
So.
You would think Madden tournament would be the safest place to go if you're a gamer. It's Madden.
I know a lot of people do take these, get real enthralled in these games, almost to the point where, it means a lot more to them than it probably should mean to them. You want it, anytime you play like a sports event or esports, you want to have passion for it. Definitely want to have passion, but you also want to have like that kind of sportsmanship too, where if you do lose, you go over and you shake the guy's hand and you just suck it up and do it. There's no reason to be.
It's kind of a downplay.
Which we don't know all the facts. Some of these tournaments do get kind of hostile. Sometimes you do lose and they do mock you pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
But that's no excuse, obviously. You can't just say, oh, he made fun of me for like an hour. That's no excuse.
No.
You can always just, wait till after it's over and beat him up.
Yeah.
Just be like, I'll see you outside. Trust me, they'll shut up real quick. But just the fact that he was able
to bring a gun in
to hide, not only to bring the gun in, but to even purchase weapons with all the all the past history. And it's weird that every time one of these shootings happen, like it's always like, oh, we had mental health problems. Like, why didn't nobody? Why didn't nobody stop this here, man? You know what I mean? What's going on here?
I mean, do you feel like there's a gun problem right now, or is this a whole new topic that we probably shouldn't even be touching on?
The gun epidemic, it's not. Let me put it this way: if you were to like go out right now and say, guns are legal, round up every gun you wanted to, threw them away, nobody's got a gun. People that are this sick and have these kind of thoughts and desires, they're going to find a way.
They'll steal a car and just use the car.
I mean, if it wouldn't have been a gun, he might have went home and just been like, "How do you build a bomb?" I mean, so I don't think, it's not. I just don't see that solving thing because I mean,
other ways.
England doesn't allow firearms, and they have bombings and all kinds of crap all the time. So I mean, that's not going to stop the violence.
Yeah, I mean, there's other ways to do it. It's just the guns is the easiest way.
Yeah, and a lot of people are, you're talking about a small group. Like you're talking like less than 1% of people. I mean, most people have firearms and they use them just recreationally, for hunting or just some people just like to go shoot. They have tournaments for shooting and stuff. And I've shot plenty of firearms my day. It's not that bad. I mean, I like shooting guns and stuff. I mean, I don't have one because I have small children. But before, I mean, I used to have pistols and stuff, just kind of.
Right.
Just have. Not really. A lot of people say self-defense. I don't really feel like I had mine for self-defense. I just kind of like, oh, look at this. This is cool. Just kind of, well, it's just, it's kind of cool. It's like, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. A nice little handgun right there. But I don't know, man.
I don't. Off topic. Sorry.
Well, I don't think taking guns away is the answer because, and a lot of people are like, I know there's just a lot of weird things going on. Like a lot of people are like, oh, why do they need like 4 of these semi-automatic weapons and like millions of bullets? Well, about 90 to 80% of all instances like this happened with pistols. He used pistols. He didn't have like 4 million bullets. He had a pistol, probably like 15 shots in each one. So I mean, it's not like he went in there with like an Uzi.
Yeah.
So I mean, most of your attacks happen with just small firearm handguns. So the fact that you think that, so to me, like that's not the issue. Like if somebody wants to stockpile like 1 million rounds, let them do it. Whatever, man. If you want to sleep on that every night, go ahead and do it. So I don't think that's. I mean, there's just a lot of little things. It's really not the answer. And it's kind of weird. I know this is weird to say, but I always wonder, like, times like this. I look at my hometown where I'm from. And, almost everybody's got a weapon. You know what I mean? So to me, it's like I wonder, like, if it happened here, like, if somebody would have been like, "Oh, what?" and started shooting back. I mean, I know if I had a pistol, I'd be like, "I'm shooting him back."
Oh yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you? Would you not?
Oh yeah.
You know what? All right, guys, dude. I mean, obviously, if somebody's shooting at you, trying to kill you, you're going to have, oh my God.
That's when the actual video game instinct's probably like, wait a minute.
It's open season at that point, buddy. It's time to start shooting back.
Especially when there's no security at this tournament. Or lack of security.
But yeah, I'm not big. I don't agree with the whole gun control movie that's going on now. Like I know, like a lot of young ladies, I would think young ladies should get a concealed weapon permit and carry a weapon, especially like on college campuses and stuff. That way, if somebody does try to attack you, you can just be like, "I'm gonna shoot you in the wiener."
I'm glad you mentioned this.
Be no more than.
Because that was actually an incident around here. There's a fella who actually was involved in a school shooting. Somehow he's out. I don't think he killed anybody. He may have, or may not have, but. He's out, and obviously there's something mentally not right with the character because he was attacking a woman with a rubber mallet. Like he was chasing her with a rubber mallet. She got in her purse and pulled out a pistol and pointed at him. He took off running. So, I mean, she protected herself with that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of instances, I think. I mean, definitely young women, I think they should carry some kind of concealed firearm. If you're going to be anywhere by yourself or anything like that. But things like this, I mean, it's just, when I first heard it, I was just like, man, that's not true. Like, I really didn't think it's true. Then I watched, like, the video. Of course, the videos out there went viral.
Oh, yeah.
Which is another crazy thing. I mean, I don't know why that's out there.
Oh, yeah. It's not for the light of heart. Because you can pretty much hear everything that's going on. They do cut the camera feed off, but the audio's still there for the most part.
But, I don't know, man. I just don't... I don't. I just feel like when things like this happen, like there's more people that suffer than anything.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like I said, a lot of people they cancel the rest of those Madden tournaments. I'm sure there's a lot of players that have been practicing all year long to play in some of these tournaments, and now they don't get to because this guy.
Douchebag.
So, I hope it doesn't have a ripple effect on other gaming tournaments because I think most of them are pretty low key and everybody's there just to have a good time and compete. So I'm hoping it doesn't have any kind of effect on those. I mean, if there's any kind of effect, I hope it makes them maybe look at their security measures a little bit more. But I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Do you think they should?
I really hope they fix their security issues because if there is more Madden tournaments, they're going to need it. I mean, I can't say that somebody else is going to do this again at another tournament, but I mean, you never know. Especially this is publicized so much. Somebody else is going to get that idea in their head. It's like, well, I can do it too.
Yeah, maybe you might see more online tournaments, maybe.
Possibly.
Not so much of getting together, which I'm surprised they don't do that already. Because I mean,
it's just online.
I mean, I understand like the bigger games, like when you play Dota and stuff. Where they get tens of thousands of people to come and watch them. I mean, I can understand something like that. You want to, make a little money that way and have them come. But for the smaller tournaments, I don't see why you really need. Because I think this one was like at a hotel, like in beside a restaurant or something.
Probably.
So I mean, it probably wasn't a very big space. So I mean, things like that, you could probably just do it online.
Yeah, I mean that might be the safe. That's obviously the safer route. But I mean, what if your internet kicks out and then you're just like, I was about to win. I was about to win $100,000.
I guess better than that than getting shot to death.
That's true. I was thinking when I was coming home, I was like, what in the world would make a guy go to a tournament with a gun, like it was pre-planned, to do this? Like, obviously he had mental issues. That's a given. But he must have needed that money extremely bad for some reasons for him to be like, okay, I lost, so everybody else is going to lose as well. Like in my head, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, he obviously played the tournament, so he was wanting to win. And since he lost, he's. And
I think they said it wasn't like he. I don't think he did it. Like it wasn't like he got upset. He was just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, he just.
I mean, he came back later on, so it had to be. I'm pretty sure it was premeditated. I'm sure he thought about it for a good while.
Because why would you have the guns?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he might just be carrying the guns for safety. Because I mean.
Yeah, I guess that's.
I know when I travel, I like to take, something. Just to, you just never know. You're in a strange place. You don't really know anybody. You don't know what's going to happen. So it's always good just to feel better, feel safer, I guess. It's more of a safety blanket than anything. But he might have been doing that. He might have been like, I'm take these, or he might have friends the Madden tournament. He wanted to show him his, what he bought.
That's possible.
So it could be. I mean, I don't think. I don't know. I don't want to go jump and say that it was meditated like, a month ahead of time. Where it's like, if I don't win this tournament, it's going to be him to pay. I think it might have just been. He went, lost. Somebody might have said something because they do get kind of hostile over video games sometimes. Somebody might have said something he didn't like. He probably went back and was just kind of you get anger, just build. And he saw the weapons. He's like, oh. To me, that's what happened. In my mind, that's what happened. I mean, I don't know if they'll ever really know. Maybe.
Probably won't.
The cops are like, I don't know what motivated it. I was like, man, I've seen some people get pretty mad over losing games.
Oh, yeah.
Makes you think twice too. Now when you beat somebody and they're just like, oh my god,
I'll just let you win.
Whatever you do.
Yeah.
You put a metal detector on your apartment door if people come over.
Oh man.
No, it's just real. It's real sad, that people do lose their lives over something like this when they were just going to have, some fun playing Madden.
Yeah. One douchebag ruins it all.
It's just a real tragedy. Real tragedy in the video game world. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. It's hard to say that it won't because, there's just so much. There's just so many people out there now with, it's hard for me to say like, oh, these mental health issues stuff because, I feel like a lot of people that I know has had some really crazy stuff happen to them. They still keep it together.
Oh yeah.
And I think if you, you hear reports like this, his parents had to call like the police on him like 20 times. I think if you get to that point, you need to try to give him some help, man. Not just stick him in there for like 10 days and drop him back out. Leave him in there. Like, you're going to need some help.
Figure out what's causing the issues.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you
Sitting
need
right
to.
back
I think a
up.
lot of people just kind of see this stuff in their kids and they think, well, you know, maybe they'll grow up and stuff. But some of that behavior is kind of. If you see some strange behavior, don't just assume it's just adolescence. I'd be like, help. There's nothing wrong with getting help either. You know, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, you know, I might be a little messed up. You know, in my head. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that to get a little help. I wish he would have maybe done something like that, got some help. Not to save some lives, including his own.
Yeah.
It's tragic both ways. Tragic that he did that, and it's tragic he took his own life. I mean, you know, I don't think any of it was worth it.
It's a very sad episode.
It is pretty. It's. I mean, it's a shame. I mean, it's just new. This is everybody's talking about it. It's just real sad. I don't know. I just don't know what they can do about it. I hope we get more details on it. I'd like to kind of see if they ever figure out. You know, maybe somebody said something that he didn't like or something, or maybe we'll never know.
Yeah, so it's no excuse to do what he did.
It isn't, but you know, it's like it's good to try to figure out the motivation behind some of this stuff to maybe try to stop future events.
Oh yeah.
But you know, it makes me think of something else I want to talk about.
Okay.
You know, we've all heard the thing about they're wanting to try to make like video game addiction a mental health. Like they're trying to say it's a mental disease.
Oh yeah.
Do you think that episode like this maybe helps support that theory? That maybe it is a mental disease? Maybe
That's a good point. Yeah. I'm sure somebody somewhere is going to use that as a good point.
I mean, I'm
try to
it
make it happen.
makes you wonder, man. I mean, how, you know, maybe if he was so addicted to this game that maybe he didn't see the world the right way. You know, all he saw was like the winning, like
Like
to
when
him,
somebody's addicted to heroin.
yeah, kind of like to him losing that tournament was just almost like losing everything, you know. So he might just not have felt like he had anything left to live for. So it does make you wonder about that. Like if it will, maybe some people do have a mental disease with it. You know, maybe some people just can't stop.
It's a possibility now. Because, I mean, that's a really big example.
It is. I think we talked about that a long time ago, about the mental disease and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So.
No, I guess if that is the example of a mental disease with game addiction, then I don't think we've ever, experienced anybody with that type of.
Well, maybe not that far, but I mean,
yeah.
once people leave, you don't know, what happened. You know what I mean? They might go home and be really raged out or something. They just might not ever go that far, but they might. You know, like I said, it might be something. I mean, you know, it could be. I mean, it could be something in there that the addiction's so powerful that that losing just that tournament was just such a loss to him. I mean, it was really. It can impact your life. It almost be like losing a loved one or something. Like you don't know what you would do. You know, if you cared for it that much.
I think you're on something though.
I mean, it made me think about that when I heard that. When I heard he had mental health issues and going in, maybe he went to get help and the doctors didn't really know how to help him.
So it's maybe people should do a little more research with video games addiction. Is that what you? I can see that because obviously it's out there.
It'd definitely be something to look into. I know there's a lot of times I've seen people and I thought, man, you're real addicted to that game. Like you need to.
I have to.
Huh?
I have to.
You need to really get up off that. But where's the thing about? There's one thing I want to get into, maybe a little bit lighter side here. It's one of the better segments we got. It's called Anthony's Neat Stuff.
Oh no!
If you haven't heard before, you need to show Anthony. He likes to, I don't know. He just goes to all kinds of weird places, finds weird stuff. He's just, he's one of them guys that just, everybody's got that friend where it's like, look what I found. And you're like, why and how? Like, you just don't know where it came from or how it came from.
What? Where'd you get that plastic battering from?
But he finds some neat stuff sometimes, and he likes to share with people. So this is Anthony's Neat Stuff.
Okay, this week I found. I think a lot of people already knew about this, but I didn't realize it until I was checking Twitter, and apparently, if you have Xbox 360 game called Modern Warfare 2, it is now backwards compatible with Xbox One. So now you can jump on Modern Warfare 2 again.
I love Modern Warfare 2. It's my favorite one.
Which had the terminal and.
I love terminal.
Nuketown. I don't remember all of the levels now because I don't have an Xbox, but it's still pretty neat. It'd be awesome.
You should get an Xbox.
But the funny thing was, I seen a dude on Twitter.
Didn't they remake Modern Warfare 2 though?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure they have it. They may have. I mean, you can probably buy it on Xbox One right now and play it. But you can go back and play it online now. It's my neat stuff. It's like you can relive the good old days of 10 years ago.
Yeah. It's the same game.
It is. It's the same game as all the other ones.
It's always fun though. It's always fun.
Yeah. But I mean, if you want a good Call of Duty game to go back and play, Modern Warfare 2 is now capable of playing online on Xbox One. So you can get your buddies and play it.
Nice.
But then I see some guy that had just bought 50 copies of Modern Warfare 2 because for some reason he knew it was going to be backwards compatible.
Huh.
So now he's going to make a bunch of money off that.
Maybe.
They use copies.
Maybe.
You never know.
Well, this day and age, I mean, everything's digital.
Put my finger in my...
You know? So I'm sure there's
yeah.
digital copies of it too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you can just get on there.
That digital kind of kills the physical copies going outrageous. I mean, let's use a straight, real bad collector. Which I don't see a point in. I used to think it'd be cool to own like older video games. It's my past, but man, they're just so high anymore, and it's like, man, you pay so much for them. You're like, it's almost like you pay so much and you're afraid to play them. You're like, I'm afraid to,
That's true.
I'm gonna break this.
Like Ninja Turtles for Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even have a Nintendo, but I have Ninja Turtles for Nintendo.
That's weird, man. You should get a Nintendo. We can play it all.
Too expensive.
We can play it all the time. Are they?
Yeah, they're like $100 for a regular Nintendo.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Is it at the flea market?
Yes. Because they eBay it. They check. Everybody at the flea market now just checks to see what they have.
Technology ruined it.
They ruin it. They ruin it for everybody when they do that.
You should tell them, be like, eBay's what they're asking for, sir. That's not what they're getting.
Have I told you about the guy that was selling comic books at the flea market? He had some really good ones, but they're all like garbage, like they're torn and everything like that. He was asking for like mint condition prices.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, and I was like, how much is this one? He was like, it's about $300. And I was like, you can keep that one then. Because it's not even worth $50 now.
That's lame. I guess people think just because they have it, it's worth money. Comic books are real. Man, comic book grade system's real hardcore. That's why I think if you're going to invest in an expensive comic book, it's better going to get one that's already been CGC graded. Just because you know, without a doubt, what it is, what you're getting. You know, you're not. Because someone will say, "Oh, it's near me," and then you send it in to get graded, and they're like, "No, it's like a 9." You're like, "What the crap?" Which is still good. 9's not bad, but it's like it's not.
You want that 9.4?
You probably pay more than what it is. Yeah.
Have you ever seen a 10?
I have seen 10s, but they're the newer ones. You're not gonna find like an X-Men 1 that's a 10. It's just not gonna happen.
That'd be awesome.
If you get like a 6 in that, you probably did pretty good. You probably paid some expensive stuff. Which I might do it. I might just pay a couple $1,000 and get me one. And just bring it in here all the time back. What are you talking about?
Couple $1,000.
Every time, man. Just hold it all the time. Like, this is X-Men 1, isn't it? Just hold it right here this whole time. Just look at it staring at you all day.
That's when you.
That's where it all started, isn't it? Somebody picked this up one day and was like, "Ooh, what's X-Men?" Bam. So they found out.
That might be when you check me into a mental institution for comic book addiction.
Yeah. I love comic books, man. It's so good. But anyways, that's all the time we got this week, guys. I'm sorry it's kind of a down episode, but that's just what's going on. That's just what's going on in the world now. It's just tragic. All of our thoughts and prayers go out to the families, the ones that were lost, and just hope they can make it through these rough times. But thanks for listening, guys. Check us out next week.
Yep.
No!